Good morning. I want to ask you an uncomfortable question. One that everyone building with AI should ask, but almost no one dares to voice out loud. Do we blindly trust the data that feeds our models? Not the naive trust of it looks correct. I'm talking about real trust. Legally valid trust. Trust you can present to your board, your investors, or a regulator. Because AI is not just code. It is, above all, data. And data, like any valuable asset, can be contaminated or manipulated. Look at what's happening. The big platforms have terms of service with deliberately ambiguous clauses. That competing products clause in the fine print. What does it really mean? Nobody knows. And that ambiguity is not an accident. It's by design. Today, you build with their data. Tomorrow, a reinterpretation of that clause could render your entire training stack legally unusable. Your intellectual property, built on borrowed ground, vanishes. But let's assume you solve the legal problem. You obtain clean data. Is that enough? No, because once data exists, it can be manipulated, biases injected, personas altered, and without a way to verify it, you're accepting data on blind faith. In a world where AI systems will be critical infrastructure, diagnosing diseases, advising investments, that blind trust is an existential risk. This is where Asia-Pacific enters the picture. Singapore understands that the next battle is not about who has the biggest model. It's about who has the most trustworthy data infrastructure. Traceability, cryptographic proof, a chain of custody any judge would accept. That is not a luxury. It's the new standard the market will soon demand. At Aitrain.dev, we saw this void and built the bridge. Not just clean datasets, verifiable integrity, a sterile pipeline from human seeds to cryptographic seal. Proof that what you receive is exactly what was generated, with no tampering. We don't sell data. We sell legal certainty. So I return to the initial question, do you trust your data? If your answer is yes, but I can't prove it, you're on the fragile side of history. Because the future belongs to those who can demonstrate, with proof, that their foundation is solid. Trust is not requested. It is built, with traceability, transparency, and integrity from the source. Thank you.